that you must get up and accompany him. But he says in that same word, he implies the idea you become his disciple. So he's saying, accompany me, travel with me, go along with me. And then he also is saying, become my pupil, right? Now notice how he puts that together, that you must travel. Why must you travel with him to be his pupil? Because there's some things you cannot learn through simply instruction. You must be with your teacher. There's things he can't teach you unless you see him doing it. You must learn it in real time. You must see the application. We learned that in the military. That's why we call it OJT, on the job training. When I was a helicopter mechanic, when I was a paratrooper, when I was a field radio operator, some call it a grunt. Come on, somebody. When I was a career planner, I had multiple jobs. But you know the one thing that I learned in order to learn my job, it was not enough to have book knowledge, especially when people's lives depended on it. Just like a doctor has to have an internship, just like a social worker has to have an internship, they must be with the people that do the job. They must follow their teacher. Our problem is we like to learn from the book, but we don't like to follow our teachers. Come on, somebody. We don't like to walk with them in real time so we can see the actual application of the strategies and the principles that we have been taught. We must never divorce ourselves from our teacher. We must do what Jesus says, which is follow me. And so that's what the discipleship is about. That is what the call to discipleship about. It is not just about showing up at a building. It is not just about going down in the water. It is about the ability to follow. It is not about being a leader. See, most people say, well, I can lead anybody. But discipleship is not about leading. It is about following until you're called to lead. Anybody can walk in a room and say, I can lead, but can you follow? Jesus said, follow me. Now, let's talk a little bit more about that. In Matthew, the 28th chapter, verses 18 through 20, Jesus says something to his disciples. Now, he has discipled them. They have followed him. They have heeded the calling to become fishers of men. And now before he leaves, and they have matriculated, they have grown, they have developed to the level, yes, we got over here, we're real time, right? We're real time. So we listen to our jet planes go over. We listen to our jet planes go over, and that's great. It's just like me being on the flight line when I was a jet engine mechanic. Great stuff. But listen, this is real time stuff, right? And so what he says to them, he says, as he meets them on the mountain, he says, all power is given unto me in heaven and in earth. He says, go ye therefore and teach all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Ghost. And let me get it all now. Teaching them whatsoever I have commanded you. And lo, I'm with you unto the ends of the earth. Come on, somebody. So why does he tell them? Because part of discipleship is that you must go. You must go. Remember the travel? You must go. You can't sit at home. You can't sit in your house. Discipleship means you must go. I guess we're going to get a lot of airplanes, but that's okay. You must go. You must travel. You must go beyond the walls. You must extend yourself. We're going to give it a break. Real life. You must extend yourself. You must travel. You must go and teach. Now, when he says go and teach, those two go together. You got a conjunction. Go and teach. What does that mean? Well, when you look in the Greek again, the words go and teach are joined together to make a forceful command. He is not requesting. He's not advising. He's not soliciting your support. He is doing what we understand.